Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Howdy all. We recently had a video a request from a young man who was interested in going into a sonography program. And we did the research, quickly looked it up. Bureau of Labor Statistics sonographer, $65K median income. Starting pay around $25 an hour. 2-year program. I was like, well, hot diggity, there you go. And he was a mechanic, but I don't think on cars. I think it was a maintenance mechanic of some kind. Neither here nor there. Didn't like being a mechanic, by the way. I was thinking about, I'll go to school and program for sonography. And I like these 2-year programs, like a dental assistant. You know, you get in, you get your skill, you get your trade. And you're not going to be making 6 figures, but you know, if you just want a quick in and out, you can. A man and a woman can live about $65,000 a year. Very nicely, by the way. And so I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Well, then, God bless you people, because we do have agents in the field, and please, anytime you guys, like, well, don't flood me either. If there's pertinent, valuable information to help out a client, or something you think that is going to be of benefit to the listening audience, by all means send it. And thankfully somebody did. Say, hey, Cappy, I looked into that sonography program. Now, you got to be real careful, because the schools now know that that is a well-paid job, but now the market is getting flooded. And so whereas pay historically has been pretty good, the pay might be going down because there's so many people going into these programs. And you got to look out for these fly-by-night schools for sonography, because they're just popping up out of all over the place to take advantage of these kids, some of which aren't accredited. So I passed that on to the client, but then I came up with an idea. It's a huge risk, even a 2-year program. It's a huge risk and proposition to invest 2, 4, 6, 8 years of your time and your money to go and major in something, only to find out that there's no jobs at the end of it. Now, some of these you can easily tell right off the bat, like they're easy degrees or worthless degrees. We've talked about it a million times before. Go get the book Worthless. But then there's things like these 2-year trades and 2-year programs and associates where, like, hey, is this and the labor market can move quickly enough that what was once correct 10 years ago is no longer applicable to today. And the worst thing you want to do, I have a client coming up, he got his degree in nursing. I don't like nursing. Well, why don't you go work as a nurse? Why don't you try? You don't want to invest all this time and money to not be employable or to be in a job that you hate. So one thing I do recommend people do is, especially in the medical profession, I want to become a doctor. Well, why don't you go volunteer at a hospital first and see if you like it? And we've prevented at least 2 or 3 people from going down the 10-year path of becoming a doctor, wasting your entire youth on that. Because they didn't like working in a hospital, which is good. But another thing, Dawn, I mean, this is pretty good. This is worth a week or 2 of your time to do. Is if you don't know if there's going to be a job at the end of it for you, or even you think there's going to be a job at the end of it for you, what I'm recommending people do now is create fake resumes with a different name. You're going to have a mailing address. Maybe have a mailing address of your buddy or something like that. Let's say you want to become a sonographer. Sonography technician is what they call it. What I'm recommending this individual do, but all of you guys do, is you create a resume, the perfect resume. Yes, I got my sonography degree. Like, recreate a resume that would be you in 2 to 4 years with that educational background, maybe an internship. Fake name, mailing address that's a buddy of yours that they can get the rejection, and just start sending out those resumes. Spend 2 weeks, not full time, but an hour a night, sending out applications, not just to the jobs within your area, but go out of town, go to a major metro, just send them across the United States or in your respective country and see if you get responses. Because if I had done that first, sent out resumes at the age of 18 with a fake resume that would have had what I would have looked like at 22, degree internships, I would have been told at 18, hey, don't waste the next 4 years of your life getting a worthless degree in finance or economics. Because the rejection letters were beyond the pale. Not that the rejection letters themselves were bad. I'm talking about the percentage and the volume. Like, there was rarely would I actually get an interview or anything like that. And what you could do is you can use this as a litmus test to see whether or not there's actual demand for those jobs. If you send out, at least send out 100 resumes over 2 weeks. If you hear nothing back from people, that's the indication that that job or that profession is not worth going to school. Because remember, when you go to school, when you graduate, you don't want to be working for the world. You want the world to be working for you. You don't want to be knocking on people's doors trying to sell yourself, although you're going to have to do that to a certain extent anyway. You want people banging down your doors like, hey, you got a degree in the computer program? Well, we want you to come work. You want the recruiters headhunting you. You want the system working for you, because it's going to save you more time than you'll ever spend studying a degree to have the rest of the world trying to hunt you down and get you because you have sought-after skills, rather than you begging and pleading for the opportunity to just get your foot in the door. Fuck getting your foot in the door. You do not want to be putting your foot in the door. So way to find out whether you got to get your foot in the door by begging, pleading, and clawing. Put yourself together the, quote, perfect resume. Not too perfect, don't have a 4, like a 3.9 or a 3.85. Have all the perfect script and the right type of things, and then send out 100 of those resumes across the country. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass. I know it's going to be a chore, but think about the time you save. You think, God, I'd love to be a children's author. Well, you go send out your resume there, ladies. You go knock yourself, go right ahead, see if that's right. I'd like to go and work in this thing. All right, you send out your resumes. See how many responses you get back. Now, of course, if you get responses, we'd like to interview you. You could just do what employers do and throw the, oh, we'd like to interview you. Someone calls it, you throw it. Yeah, no, I'm busy. Now I got a job offer. So again, you have no intention of working a job because you can't. You don't have the credentials. But this is a sharper, quicker, very efficient way to. I know no one wants to look at a 2-week chore of sending out 100 resumes, but by God, guys, think about the amount of time you got to spend getting a 4-year degree in that field, only to have to send out those resumes, only to find out you wasted your entire time. So, you can thank me by buying this book, Worthless, saying, oh my God, Cappy, you're such a smart guy, thank you so much. How can we, oh wow, thanks for saving me 4 years of my life. How can I thank you? Get that book or tell friends about that book. Buy it for people for Christmas or something like that. So, all right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.